So in this video, we will look at the Ahmedabad industrial dispute and the Kheda Satyagraha. After the Champaran Satyagraha, Gandhi turned to the problems that the workers of Ahmedabad were facing. A dispute was brewing between the Ahmedabad mill owners and the workers regarding the plague bonus. The epidemic had now passed, and the mill owners wanted to revoke the bonus that was given during the plague period. The workers were demanding that the bonus stay, for the cost of living had risen a lot during the war. This time, it was the British collector who requested Gandhi to work the situation out. Ambalal Sarabhai was one of the leading mill owners of the town, and he was a friend of Gandhi and had saved the Sabarmati ashram with a generous donation. Gandhi talked to the mill owners to get into arbitration with the workers through the government. There was a stray strike by some undisciplined workers. The mill owners took advantage and withdrew from the arbitration. The mill owners finally offered a 20% bonus to the workers or threatened to dismiss those who did not accept it. Gandhi was not happy with the mill owners pulling out of the arbitration and further advised the workers to go on strike. Once again, Gandhi approached the issue scientifically. He made a study of production costs, profits, and cost of living and said that there was a 35% increase in wages that was necessary. The strike began, and Gandhi addressed the workers every day on the banks of Sabarmati. He made it very clear that no violence was to be used. Anasuya Ben, Ambalal's sister, was one of Gandhi's main lieutenants. The workers weren't used to Satyagraha, and most began to waver after a few days. Gandhi now decided to go on fast to rally the workers and strengthen their resolve to continue. The fast had its desired effect, and the mill owners were pressurized into submitting the whole issue to a tribunal. The tribunal later awarded 35% increase as per Gandhi's suggestion. The dispute at Ahmedabad had hardly ended that the issue of Kheda peasants propped up. So, this is how Gandhi went on resolving one small problem after another. These were small issues, but what Gandhi did was he had indulged with the British government in each case. The moment he indulged with the British government and then solved an issue, his stature began to go up because he was indulging the British government and coming out with a solution that looked like a win at the face, right? But Gandhi always gave up more than what was necessary to get a decision in his favor. There was no other way to do it because there was always some kind of negotiation involved whenever Gandhi was there, and Gandhi always wanted a result. Right, in Champaran, he gave up 75% of the result. In Kheda industrial dispute, he gave up 65%. But what Gandhi did was he came up with a small win. This small win was instrumental in his status being raised as a mass leader who could solve problems by engaging with the British government. Now, coming to Kheda, there was a drought in Kheda that year in 1917-18, and the crops had failed. The farmers did not even have enough to feed themselves. This being the case, the peasants had requested the government to remit the land revenue. This fell on silent ears. Once again, Gandhi only entered the field after making thorough inquiries. Gandhi was helped by the servants of India Society and Vittalbhai Patel, who was Vallabhbhai Patel's elder brother. The enquiries reasserted the fact that the peasants' case was indeed legitimate. In fact, as per the revenue code, if the yield was less than 25% of the normal yield, the peasants were allowed a total remission of land revenue. In this case, the criterion was clearly met because there was a drought and crops had completely failed. Legally, the peasants were on sound footing. Gandhi was the president of the Gujarat Sabha. It played a leading role in the agitation. Petitions and appeals having failed, Gandhi advised the withholding of revenue and asked the peasants to fight until death against such a spirit of vindictiveness and tyranny and show that it is impossible to govern men without their consent. Vallabhbhai and Indulal Yagnik urged the peasants to stand firm even as the government seized cattle, household items, and attachment of standing crops. Even those who could afford to pay the rent were told to not pay. They were told that if the government agreed to suspend collection of land revenue, then the ones who could afford to pay could do so. The peasants of Kheda, already weakened by the drought, plague, poverty, and high prices, were showing signs of weakness. Gandhi came to know that the government internally had decided to collect taxes only from those who could afford to pay. Knowing this, Gandhi withdrew the movement, for the peasants were beginning to get tired. It was, after all, a success because there was some kind of a remission for people who could not pay. But peasants who could pay, Gandhi said, go ahead and pay. So again, there was some conciliation involved. Again, there was some kind of a win-loss situation or a win-win or loss-loss situation. You can look at it in either way. That was how Gandhi operated. Gandhi's negotiations always looked like this. He did not come out flying from these negotiations. There was always something that he gave up to the other party and he won a little bit and he came back. This style of Gandhi's, to let the opposition save face and to lose a lot of ground to them, even when he might seem to have had the upper hand, is a strategy that is hard to understand for those who are just beginning to study Gandhi. It was perhaps this style of working that kept him at the helm of politics for as long as he was. The Satyagrahas and disputes helped Gandhi understand the strengths and weaknesses of the masses. The younger Indians were also impressed by Gandhi's style of direct confrontation. This would hold Gandhi in good stead with the younger masses who would now begin to follow Gandhi, because he had begun to confront the British government when even Tilak and Annie Besant would not do so directly. A new phase would now begin in the Indian national movement within 2 years or 3 years. We'll continue looking at Gandhi in the videos to come. Thank you.